There's nothing quite as jarring as watching your toddler shift from a tender, affectionate embrace to a sharp bite on your arm in the span of 3 seconds. One moment, they are your sweet, loving child. The next, they are a ball of physical intensity, lashing out with fists or teeth. For most parents, the immediate reaction is shock, followed by a surge of panic. You worry about whether this implies your child is naturally aggressive, or if you have somehow failed to teach them proper social boundaries. You start over-explaining, you get angry, or you isolate them, yet the behavior persists. What you are missing is the fundamental fact that your child is currently operating without an operating system for impulse control. They are not acting out of malice, and they are not trying to hurt you. Today, we are dissecting the neurological and psychological landscape behind these outbursts so you can stop taking the behavior personally and start managing the biology behind it. Welcome to Baby Mind Chronicles. We're decoding the raw mechanics of toddler behavior. By the conclusion of this brief, you will possess a complete understanding of why the prefrontal cortex dictates these surges, the frustration of the communication gap, and the tactical steps required to neutralize the aggression while maintaining your child's emotional security. Let us address the foundational neurological issue, the prefrontal cortex gap. At the age of 2 or 3, your toddler's brain is a powerhouse of emotion, but it is effectively missing the braking system. The prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for reasoning, impulse control, and the ability to pause and think, is virtually non-existent in terms of functionality. When your toddler feels a strong emotion, it doesn't go through a filter. It travels directly from the amygdala, the emotion center, straight to their muscles. Feeling equals action. There is no middle step where they think, should I hit, or is this going to hurt? They feel a surge of frustration or excitement, and their body executes the most immediate movement available to express that internal pressure. The second driver of aggression is the communication deficit. Your toddler is currently trapped in a world where their emotional capacity is expanding at an exponential rate, but their ability to articulate those feelings remains primitive. When they want a toy you are holding, or they're frustrated that a game has ended, the intensity of their internal state is overwhelming. Because they lack the language to express, I am disappointed that this event is over, or I am feeling overwhelmed by this noise, the pressure builds until it requires a physical outlet. Hitting or biting is simply the most efficient, non-verbal way for them to say, I am experiencing something massive, and I do not have the tools to handle it. The third factor is the principle of sensory feedback. For many toddlers, biting is not just about aggression, it's about feedback. They are experimental scientists. They bite to see what happens. Does it make a sound? Do you jump? Do you change your expression? To a toddler, your reaction is an incredibly fascinating data point. If you yell, the intensity of your reaction confirms to them that the action caused a significant environmental shift. Even negative attention is still attention, and it reinforces the loop of cause and effect. So, how do we dismantle this cycle without creating a power struggle? First, minimize your reaction. When they hit or bite, your goal is to be a neutral, non-reactive wall. Don't yell, don't lecture, and don't show shock. Calmly remove the opportunity to hit or bite. Place them down, move yourself away, and say in a firm, monotone voice, I cannot let you hurt me. I'm going to step back until we are both calm. Second, provide a direct, high-intensity physical alternative. If they're biting, give them a teething toy or a dense rubber chew. If they're hitting, give them a pillow to pummel or a box to tear apart. You're teaching them that the physical impulse is valid, but the target must be safe. The reality is that your child is navigating a terrifying transition from being an extension of you to becoming their own independent entity. These physical outbursts are not a character flaw. They are the growing pains of a nervous system that is learning how to exist in a world full of big feelings. Your role is to remain the steady, immovable object against which they can safely crash until their internal software catches up to their intensity. You are doing the difficult work of building their impulse control in real time, and you are exactly the anchor they need right now.